All right, so I just got to the parking spot. Been laying out rations for the next 4 days and then getting my pack ready to go over there. So the plan for this trip is to start where I am right now, which is right here, the Pat's Island Trailhead. And then I'm gonna hike the Yearling Trail, some of it, and then I'm gonna cross the Juniper Wilderness area all the way down to the wreck area, all the way south down here, and then come back. So I might make some changes along the way, but right now just focused on getting my stuff ready to go and then getting to camp. Pack's now all ready to go. Only a few more miles to camp. Just made it to camp. Pretty nice view. We got woods back here, massive sinkhole over here, and a post that I made. Hey. All right, so first leg of the journey, not so bad. It was a little spooky hiking in the dark, but other than that, felt pretty okay. The next step is to go to bed and then wake up in the morning, cook some nice breakfast if the bears didn't eat it, and then hike out. Beautiful morning. Last night was pretty nice. Nobody stole my huevos, so that's good. All right, so it's about midday. Been hiking, kind of going slow today, but basically what I've done so far is I've started here and then hiked down to, this was last night's camping spot here at the sinkhole. And then this morning, I traveled all the way down here to the Yearling Trailhead, and then came all the way back this way, and then up, and I'm currently back, sort of where I started at Pat's Island Trailhead. So next, I'm gonna actually try to get water somewhere up here, possibly the campground, but I might be able to get it sooner. Filter that out, and then I'm gonna try to go south and see how far I get today. There we go. Agua. Oh boy. Sun's starting to set. I was planning on going all the way down to Juniper, the wreck area, but it's getting late, so I think I'm just gonna camp here, which is a really nice spot that I've been to before. Watch the sunset, cook some nice dinner, and go to bed. Just made some nice rice-a-roni for dinner. Looking good. And so does the sunset. Oh yeah. Just finished putting up the food. I decided to tie a bear line for my eggs, some water bottles, then I got my vault somewhere, right there. So, time to go to bed and wake up the next morning and do more hiking. Throughout another night, woke up, cooked some breakfast, had a beautiful view of the water. Day 3, we're packed up, ready to go. I think the plan for today is to go all the way down to the Juniper Wreck area and then come back up to the place where I was at earlier and do a 15-mile trek today. So we'll see how far I get. For now, the plan is to go a little further north here and then fill up on water at a spring. So here we go. Just got some cloud cover today. It's looking pretty nice. Hopefully that'll mean it'll be nice and cool today. That'll definitely improve my mileage. So let's go get some water. Made it to the spring, filled up on water, and still got cloud cover, which is awesome. So I hope it keeps it up for the rest of the day. Looks like it'll be a good day for hiking. Well, my cloud cover's starting to get a little compromised. That's all right, I got some mileage down, so should last a little while longer. Couple hours later, made it down to the wreck area. So basically what I've done today, right about here. So what I've done today is I started up here at number 2 and then hiked the Florida Trail all the way down to the wreck area. So I'm gonna try to see if they'll let me refill up on water here, and then there's a different route I'm gonna take, and I'm gonna try to hike all the way back up. All right, Juniper Wreck people are pretty nice. They let me fill up in their nice ice cold water fountain. So onward to the wilderness. It's really beautiful out here. Really beautiful. Chosen to travel northward on is one that I've been on before, and it gets pretty tight. So I'm not quite to the tightest part yet, but this is definitely a less traveled trail, and it gets pretty tight pretty quick. So hope my pack holds up. Just started to enter into that thick section, so starting to close in a bit. Just trying to get out of this before it gets dark. Sure would hate to fall and break my ankle around here. Just wall to wall brush. Big tree. Really, really awesome scenery though. Just a little tight. Still heading north. That's good to see. Some of the most beautiful parts of Florida right here. Found a nice remote lake for a pack break. Pretty cool looking. All right, so it finally opened up quite a bit, and boy, is it beautiful. Still got quite a bit of mileage to go today, so I think probably be hiking in the dark, but looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. If not, I'll just finish up Friday. This update, I've been hiking up that one trail past couple hours. Last night I camped a little over that way, somewhere across the pond, and so that means that right now I'm gonna follow this tree line and up until I get to the land bridge. Then at that point I can cross over, hit the Florida Trail, and then travel north to Pat's Island. So looking forward to that. We'll probably be in the dark though, so we will see how that goes. Okay, so still heading north up that tree line. There's absolutely no trail or anything around here, so hasn't been for a while, but eventually keep heading north. I will intersect with the land bridge, and then east of the land bridge will be the Florida Trail. So that is the plan for tonight. All right, so I made it to and across the land bridge. So right now, I think I'm gonna take a break and watch the sunset as I reconfigure my route. So, shot a bearing across this field here to get to the other side. Notice this. Yeah, that's probably a bear. So, a little nerve-wracking, but hopefully we get to another tree line. Should be able to follow that north to where I want to camp tonight. All right, let the darkness commence. See you on the other side. God, that is so pretty. You can't beat that. You just can't beat that. That is beautiful. Here we go. Oh man, I would not recommend this. It's the plot to just about every horror movie ever made. Just waiting to find the severed heads on spikes or something. Oh shit. Oh, just a spider web. Oh yeah, there you go. Little crab spider. Not too bad. So look at that. Cleared second pass. Let's go. Now we're just following a bearing, shooting us clear across this little wetland area, and it should get me to a trail, which I haven't seen in most of today, so that'll be nice. Yeah, this stuff is nightmare fuel. Oh boy, where's the trail? Does it go this way? Does it go this way? All right. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, we are cooking. Where's the jump scare at? Honestly, if I don't find a singular zombie out here, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. So the good news is that if there were an axe-wielding maniac out here, they'd probably be dead because we're pretty far away from water. So that's cool. Yeah, this experience has really made me consider building a pair of infrared goggles or something. That would be pretty nice right now. At least that way I can see the bear's heat mask before it devours me. Hoorah. Get the freaking, there we go. All right, so I've been at it for about, I don't know, half an hour or so. So I'm getting at least maybe a mile and a quarter in, give or take. So a couple more miles of this and then I should be at where I want to camp tonight. And then I can cook dinner, set up, and go to bed. Should be nice because I'm very tired. It is a big day. All right, so interesting find. Found some bear excrement. Not as hard as the other stuff I found, so it's quite possible that it's somewhat fresh. Maybe I'll make a new friend. Oh, wow, spider. I'll make a new friend tonight. All right, so I'm hoping to intersect the trail traveling west here in a bit, so I can take that up. That will loop around to Forest Road 46. But from the looks of it, I think I'd have to do a fair bit of bushwhacking to get to that trail, so I might not go there. It might not be a solid option. So, could end up camping here tonight. We'll see. All right, so there should be a body of water to my right, which could be an option if I can't, in fact, access that trail. So I really don't want to bushwhack through quite literally this in the middle of the night. So might just stop at the lake and call it a night. Some rice-a-roni with noodles sounds mighty fine right about now. But we hike on. All right, so I think I just made it to the pond area, wetland area that I was shooting for earlier, which means I'm done hiking in that close as hell brush. So it's cool. I just gotta find a spot, nice clear spot to set up camp, cook me some grub. Just got to where I'm gonna camp tonight, and I gotta say I'm pretty impressed that my pack held up through all that. That was tight. There were branches everywhere, and it's pretty bad, but pack did well. Cool. Now I'm gonna get set up. All right, so today was an experience. That was by far the longest I have ever backpacked in the dark alone. And probably some of the sketchiest trails I've been on in the Ocala National Forest. So that was definitely an experience that I'll remember for a while. But I got to camp, which didn't actually look as good as it did on the map. So I'm pretty packed in there. I found the best spot I could, but it's not a lot of space. So I don't have any of the doors extended. I also didn't really cook anything tonight because I'm just so tired and there's no space for it. So I just threw up a tent, and I think I'm gonna go to bed and then cook dinner for breakfast tomorrow. All right, so waking up the next morning, it's a really weird camping spot. Not the best, but now time to go try and find my pack, which I stashed about 100 feet from here, so that the bears wouldn't eat me. Looks like it survived to live another day. So for breakfast this morning, I decided to steer away from those disgusting pancakes and go with some nice pasta. Mainly because I lugged this entire jar of pasta sauce out here, and I'd feel pretty stupid if I didn't use it. So I'm gonna do that. I also got some parm, and probably gonna cook some eggs too. So might mix some cheese in with the eggs. On another note, I checked my GPS stuff, and that stretch that I did last night in that really tight brush in the dark turned out to be about a 2-mile stretch. So that's pretty crazy, and it took me like a few hours to get through all that, so with no break, going full speed. So my body is really sore right now, but I think I'll be fine for the rest of the day, and then get out of here, go home, take a hot shower, and sleep for 12 hours. Finished cooking breakfast, and man, this is probably going to be the best meal I've had out here so far. So just finished packing up, and I actually found the route, which was really hard to find last night, and that's why I camped here and didn't go further. But it is quite literally through this brush. It's super overgrown, so I doubt anyone's been here for years. Let's hope this goes to Forest Road 46, then I should be able to travel east, get back onto the Florida Trail. Yeah. It's super dense back there, but there's the trail. So opens up quite a bit, well, and then closes again. Go figure. There we go. This is what I was trying to get to last night, but there's no way I was gonna be able to navigate through that. So very cool. There's 46. East of 46 should be Pat's Island. Kind of nice to be on a road for a change. That's enough bushwhacking for a trip. Okay, so made it back to Pat's Island Trailhead. That's where I was a few days ago. So, I think the plan is gonna go hike down this way and then take this route somewhere called Jody's Trace back up to where I am currently, and then call it a trip and head out. So, hike on. Made it to the trail marker. There's Jody's Trace right there. Last stretch and then heading home. This trail, it looks really nice. Pretty excited to see where this turns out. So this trail should be heading west. Looks like it is, so I think it's a solid bet that I will be back to civilization shortly. Made it back to the sinkhole. This is where I camped the first night. So currently, I have 0 displacement. Awesome. One final stretch, and it's back to the car and back to civilization. So it's been pretty cool, Juniper. Thanks for hosting me. To all the bears out there, appreciate you not biting my arm off. It's very cool. So catch you later. Peace out, Juniper. All right. Back at the whip. Let's go. Oh boy. 4 days, 3 nights, 30 miles, completely alone in the wilderness. That was quite a trip. I will remember that for quite a long time. I crossed the entirety of the wilderness twice and did the yearling trail system basically twice, and then also took some new trails that I'd never been on before, which there may have been a reason that people don't really go on them that much, but it was all good. Really cool learning experience there. So I'm not sure when the next time I'll be back out here is, but I hope it's soon. So till then, catch you later.